Good evening. I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems. Earlier today, the Big Ten Conference announced their Big Ten football honors, and Husker running back Emmett Johnson was named the Big Ten Running Back of the Year and a first-team All-Big Ten member. He's the first Husker to capture an offensive award since Austin Allen in 2021. In other Husker news, Nebraska soccer added a new player to next year's roster. Natalie Lewis will be a senior after she played at Oregon State this past season. She recorded 3 goals and an assist as she started every game for the Beavers. And finally, Week 14 of the NFL season begins tonight as the 6-5-1 Cowboys travel to Detroit to take on the 7-5 Lions. Kickoff is set for 7:15. It can be watched on Prime Video. Our sports ticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through the retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, a disciplined process, the retirement compass. Visit stonebridgeiwm.com. Hour 1 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Serve, sail to the back right. That's Maisie. Perfect pass. Center to Bergen Riley. Point, set, match. Big Red. That's perfection. 30-0. And the 2025 Huskers join the 1994 and 2000 Husker teams, perfect in the regular season. And on to December we go.
Hoiberg in the corner. With it is Jacobson. Back to Mass. Puts it up. Got it! Bang! Bang! Bang-a-rang. Mass with 31. 4 under his career high. 3 under his career high.
Britt Prince down the floor. Right down the middle of the lane. And up the top. Britt Prince scores! Are you kidding me? She's got 22. Timeout, Virginia. That seal was better than super glue.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome into a full 2 hours of Sports Nightly. We've got a fun show coming up for you here tonight. Lots to talk about. But we're going to talk some football, signing day, because we only had a short show yesterday leading into women's basketball, so Kyle and I didn't get to break down signing day and the new Huskers that have been added to the roster. We've got a couple interviews we'll play from you from yesterday. Keith Williams, who's a big part of this recruiting class. Kyle got a chance to sit down with him. We'll play you that here in just a few minutes. We're going to replay you an interview, if you missed the signing day show, from Claude Puma, the offensive tackle out of Chicago and Mount Carmel, won a state title last night, and he is absolutely fantastic. So we're going to hear from him. We've got our picks coming up in hour number 2. The battle at the back is getting interesting. I've separated a little bit from the rest of them, so we'll see how that goes. Make our picks for this week. We'll talk a little volleyball as well. But, Kyle, welcome.
Is 2 hours enough for all that?
know.
That's a whole lot of content right there.
I know, and this is our last show of the night, or of the week, because we got volleyball tomorrow.
It depends. I mean, I'm going to do my own show.
Okay,
in
you're
my
going to do that.
office.
You're bringing that back?
We're bringing it, but never
Okay.
left. I'm just going to do a show, talk to myself in my office, because I just got to get words out.
Well, Art will be there.
Yes, Art in
Yeah.
Los Angeles, correct. You can text the show, by the way.
Yes,
You check the
402-413.
YouTube comments.
2400.
I remember the YouTube comments way back when I first started.
They liked you.
Well, some of them were, it all started that first interview I did with Coach Rule and Damon in Las Vegas. Some of the comments were hurtful. I think we've moved
That seemed
on
like
since
yesterday.
that point. Yeah, it does, right? But it also seems like a million years ago. I think we've moved on since that point. I think the YouTube chat has been great. It's great to get to know them, get to know all of our texters. Had a chance to do my first live show with Fred Hoiberg this week, which is pretty cool. And I'm
He's
excited
awesome.
to
He's
walk.
he's such a pro. I told you this before, but when he's done coaching, he needs to get into broadcasting.
Yeah, and I hope he coaches for another 50 years before he does that. But he's very easy. You don't have to tee him up a whole lot. He just sort of knows where to go and can carry a conversation. As a broadcaster, when you do an hour coaches show, it's nice to have a coach, and we have a couple of them that I've done shows with Coach Rule and Coach Hoiberg that just sort of make it easy on you, and the conversation during the breaks is really good and free flowing. And he's he watches hoops as he does the show too. There's, Big Ten plays already started in men's hoops. And, so things are really getting revved up right now.
All right, well, let's start with the news of the day. Congratulations, Emmett Johnson. Got snubbed on a couple of the other things, but for the Doak Walker Award. But he is the Big Ten running back of the year, also all Big Ten first team, and very deserving. Glad they got that one right.
Yeah, probably expect, especially Justice Haynes of Michigan. He's been down for a while with injury and was out for the year. That would be probably the biggest competition for the award, but for him, you just look at all the numbers that he's had this year, not just as a runner, but as a pass catcher, which I think he led the team in receptions, Jess, this year.
Yeah,
he had 46 catches.
Didn't he last year too?
I know he had the most for catches for a running back since like 2007 last year, but he had 46 catches this year. He's nearing towards the program record for receptions for running back, but he had 46 catches this year for 370 yards, had over 1,800 yards from scrimmage. That was second in the country, and as you would imagine, for somebody who wins the Big Ten running back of the year, had the most rush yards in the conference this season. And, not just credit to Emmett, but credit to that offensive line for opening up holes. I mean, not many running backs can say that they run for 217 yards against a front like Iowa that coming in was 12th in the country in rush defense. Some of these numbers are really eye-popping historically.
And the fact that, especially at the end, when everybody was doing their darndest, knowing that that's what Nebraska was going to do. He had started to emerge, and the fact that teams were trying, they were game planning around stopping Emmett Johnson, and they still were not able to do that.
Couldn't do it. I mean, I'm looking at some stats right now. He's the seventh Big Ten player since 1956 to have at least 1,400 rush yards and 350 receiving yards in the same season. He's the do-it-everything back this year, and nobody ever thought. If I told you in August, before we get set to play Cincinnati in Kansas City, that Emmett Johnson would win Big Ten running back of the year, you'd probably be like, I don't necessarily know about that. He played well towards the end of last season, but we don't know if he's going to be this star. And for him to emerge amidst everything, I think is just massive. Congratulations to Emmett. And hopefully, who knows, we'll wait to await his decision and wait and see what he does, whether he's going to go pro or come back. It's a big decision ahead of him, but he deserves all of these accolades.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, last year he was third in receptions. Ja'Cory Barney, 55. Jamal Bakes, 44. Emmett, 39.
Yeah, Ja'Cory had the most freshman receptions for a true freshman in program history last year. But 46, that led the team this year for him.
And then Greg and Lincoln last night, by the way, had texted in about, with a good O-line you guys are talking up tonight, how can you get sacked as many times as Raiola? I think we were, first of all, we were talking about the improvement from the beginning of the season to the end. And then also, Emmett doesn't do what Emmett does without the guys that gave him some space. Now, I think Emmett did a great job of being very hard to get to the ground once he got, he had a lot of yards after contact, but there were also holes for him that were opening up to get going, and that doesn't happen without the guys doing a good job on the offensive line.
I mean, let me go left to right through the offensive line. Elijah Pritchett took a massive jump from when he was the number. Remember the first depth chart? He was the third left tackle. Mm-hmm. He took over the left tackle spot, and he's been tremendous. Henry Lutowski, solid as they come, had a really good year. Justin Evans, transitioning from guard to center, had a really, really good year. And the way you can quantify that is the way this team run blocked. Issues with pass protection in certain games. Again, there's a lot of factors that we've gone through when it comes to that. Right guard Rocco Spindler, playing in the back half of the year with a broken finger, really played well. And for him to gut out, he won't play in the bowl game. Coach Rule had said that in his press conference. He'll have to get surgery and then move on to the next level.
He's got to get ready to go in some of these other things, the Senior Bowl, the Combine. Maybe if he hopefully gets an invite to the Combine, but the draft, pro day, all of that.
But he could have been thinking about that after he dislocated his right and never came back or had played as many games as he did. And then right tackle for Turner to play his best football, a guy who's played on the left side moves over to the right side, has to come in mid-game when Teddy Prohaska gets hurt, goes down with injury. You think of all the injuries between Gunnar and Teddy and all the guys that went down and all the shifting and shaking and the rotation at left tackle early in Big Ten play. For them to really settle in, I think it's not underspoken when it comes to the way Damon talks about it, and Damon's been talking about it. We've been talking about it. I think the offensive line takes a lot of flack, but what Emmett has done, 120 yards per game, and then for the offensive line to do what they've done consistently, I think has been great. Boy, this is a tremendous logo. Am I really that ugly, guys?
Something's going on with our YouTube stream. If you're watching on YouTube,
I really look like
back to the blackout logo.
I really look terrible, don't I? We can't have viewers looking at that mug.
It also said it's Big Red Reaction.
I'll play along.
I don't think Kyle nor I want to
I saw
take
you
over for Big Red Reaction.
I saw you waving then. I looked down and went, whoa. That's good. That's good YouTube streaming right there. I love it.
Oh, okay. For those just listening,
nobody listened to a word I said.
Big Huskers Radio Network logo over Kyle's face.
It was the blackout Husker Radio logo too, just smack dab in my face.
Can't send that expert analysis take in.
No, see, I'm gonna text Cassidy right now and say I want you to tweet out that whole offensive line rant with that logo just smashed on my face, and not even pay attention to the fact that that's there.
Oh, well, signing day yesterday, and we've talked a lot about it, that, going into it, knew it was going to be a smaller group. We addressed that a lot throughout the course of the 4 hours we had coverage yesterday. But Pat Stewart, addressed it. You talked to a number of the coaches, but they had to be very intentional about the group they were getting. Again, the downsizing, it's a young roster already. You're going to have some room and some space to get guys out of the portal, which they've already said they've got to go do. But for the 10 that they got, very specific, and, you point to, we're talking about the offensive line, those 3 offensive linemen, including Claude Puma, who we'll hear from here in just a few minutes. But that was a big get. And then, I think there's a number of guys that I think are going to be able to come in and be the kind of pieces that they utilize, not just maybe next season, but for sure in the future.
Yeah, I think quality over quantity for this class. A lot of that sets up what we know 27 probably is going to be as a recruiting class, which could be a top 10 class. Looking at some of the names in this group, but Danny Odom, 5-star, originally from Pennsylvania, but was playing down in the Orlando area. That's a big time get. 50 or so Division I offers for him. Kudos to Addison Williams for going down to Florida and getting. Of course, he spent some time at UCF.
Early, right?
Yeah, he was at UCF as the DC. So you got 2 guys that have different skill sets at wide receiver, and Nayland Scott were able to flip him, I believe, from Arizona State. Mm-hmm. And then Larry Miles also from that Florida area. I think what's interesting about this group, Jess, is you have California with the tight end, and Florida and Georgia and Chicago. And so you went all over the place in recruiting. I think credit to Keith Williams and Coach Rule, just the entire group. Jamal Rule comes from Charlotte. Who
very underrated.
Very underrated. E.J. Barthel says he's one of the best running backs in the country. He was coached by Greg Olson and Luke Kuechly in the Charlotte area. Of course, E.J. had ties when he was coaching with Coach Rule with the Panthers, and Greg had reached out to E.J. saying, hey, I think you should look at this guy, Jamal Rule. And then as soon as Nebraska swoops in, all of a sudden all these other schools start to enter the picture. But he is somebody who I think really is going to have a bright future here at Nebraska. And then 30% of your class is offensive linemen, which you want to talk about continuing to build. And also this is a young...
And I think tackles, too, at that.
Yeah. And it's a young roster, too, Jess. You look at a lot of freshmen and sophomores. So when you want to say this is such a small class, well, you got a lot of young people on the roster, too.
And usually the teams that do really well and win in this time of the year have older teams.
Yeah.
And this is a very young team. And you had mentioned this, but they are making a big push in next year's class. 27 is a wazhopper of a class.
Shout out to the QB that's been verbally committed. Yeah. He's done some recruiting on his own.
Drake Taylor's absolutely. I think you could probably give him credit to be on the recruiting staff. And, Claude Puma is a big... He credited Trey Taylor. They have a relationship there. Okay, so if you had to pick one, which guy are you the most excited about, most intrigued by?
Well, I didn't mention Jace Reynolds, by the way, local guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should bring him up because a lot of people talk about, why don't you recruit in state, this, that, and the other. Well, that's Elkhorn North. He played at Omaha, just outside the Omaha area. He's going to play play basketball this winter, so he won't be here early. But a lot of these guys will get into bowl practice. I think it's hard not to go with Danny Odom, 5-star, be pumped for him. You wonder how quick. And then Claude, the tackle from Chicago. I feel like that's a cornerstone piece in a couple of years. You slot him at left tackle. There was a lot of teams going after his services.
Big time teams.
And fairly new to the sport, but just naturally athletic, soccer, basketball player, fluent in like 5 different languages, pretty new to America, but you could see how quickly he's attached to the sport and just how naturally athletic he is. Those are 2 cornerstone pieces.
Yeah, I agree. I think those 2, I point to probably the offensive line because I think that's so important moving forward. You have to continue to invest in that every single year because, I've talked about this a few times, but my first year here, the first signing class, actually was the year that Nebraska signed Emmett Johnson. So was that right? Or was Emmett the next year? When did Emmett sign?
Trying to think.
4 years ago.
Yeah, so he's a redshirt junior this year.
So that was my first signing day. Or I think. I don't know. Anyways, it's been a long time. But anyways, I think that my first year I was here did not sign an offensive lineman. And I think that has haunted this program and it was before Rilo was here, before Rule was here. They did not sign a single offensive lineman, and that's just a group that you have to continue to build and develop within. And so I think that's really important. So you point to the offensive lineman, but I'm really excited to see what E.J. Barthel can do with Jamal Rule. I think he was very, he went to a smaller school and then transferred. And again, another guy that E.J. Barthel identified early, and then some programs came and tried to get in on late, but that loyalty was there with Nebraska. But I think you watch his game film, it's just really, really impressive. And I'm not a film junkie by any means, but when you watch some of that huddle film, shout out Ben McLaughlin, but when you watch some of that film, it jumps out to me.
Yeah, he certainly is just low center of gravity, packs a punch. Also, shout out to Coach Eckler, too. Michael Sarkisius, I believe that's how you say it. I think that's how X said it, but a place kicker from Australia. Talked about how they have to kick through a lot of crosswinds out in pro kick in Australia, which sets him up nicely for Memorial Stadium. Of course, that's where Archie Wilson came from, so a similar recruiting situation to how they got Archie here and Sarkisius. But that'll be, you would hope, the kicker of the future as well for the Huskers in this class.
All right, let's go ahead and get to a break. Coming up next, you're going to hear from Keith Williams, who is a big part of the recruiting efforts. Kyle had a chance to chat with him. We actually ran out of time. It's funny, live television, as they say, it's a smaller group. And so we've done this in the past where we filled a lot of time, but there's 25 guys to talk about. But so our producer, Kirk Hartman, he did a great job. I think he's kind of panicking a little bit, like, how are we going to fill? Well, and then so we were like playing fill the time game, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, hurry up. So we ran out of time by the time the head coach went to his press conference. So you're going to get that exclusive interview here tonight. Kyle had a chance to chat with Keith. So we're going to dive into that next, and then we'll hear from Claude Puma coming up after that. So keep it here on Sports Nightly. Lots to come. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers. Starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
here at Boot Barn, our objective is to build the perfect boot. We do take our time ensuring that every step is done correctly. For a boot to last you for a lifetime, you've got to properly build the boots. Hand craftsmanship is, in my opinion, the only way you're going to achieve that. We handcraft our boots. 160 people take a boot from start to finish. We have skilled artisans at every stage of the game. We've been handcrafting boots since the beginning here at Boot Barn, and we'll continue to do so.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Think a bunch of IT gurus would have anything in common with a dominant college volleyball team? Hey Lincoln, I'm Ed Knott, president of Applied Connective, serving Nebraska businesses for nearly 20 years. We're proud to have a few things in common with our beloved Huskers, namely that we're also a group of hardworking and highly skilled individuals that make up one dynamic team. From our IT and cybersecurity all-stars to our phone, physical security, infrastructure, and audio-video pros, we're one team that can expertly manage all your technologies. Discover why it's a game changer to partner with us at AppliedConnective.com. And as always, go Big Red.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
Because my mom wore her seatbelt that day, I get to hug her when I go home.
And then it clicked. Because I wore my seatbelt, I learned that one moment in time can change a person's life forever.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The day we were hit was the second to last day of our high school careers.
We were about to graduate as best friends together.
And then it clicked. Because we wore our seatbelt that day, we still get to experience life together.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. With Allo plus DirecTV plus Allo Mobile, you get the ultimate teamwork. Internet you can count on, TV you can stream anytime, anywhere, and nationwide coverage you can depend on. Bench the other guys and team up with the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly with Kyle Crooks. I'm Jessica Coody. And Kyle had a chance to sit down with a number of the assistant coaches yesterday. Also, Keith Williams, the senior director of player personnel and recruiting. I meant to tell you before you sat down with Keith to make sure you asked him about Jeremiah Searles, because pretty sure Keith was a senior when the big dog was a freshman, and Searles talks a lot about how he wouldn't have made it without Keith Williams.
Yeah, he needed somebody to set him straight. I could see that now that I know Searles.
In fact, I meant to tell Searles that, text him earlier when you said that to me about I could see Searles needing babysitting.
Yeah, he might still, I think his wife's probably his babysitter now. So, but no, I did not bring that up to Searles. I will next time, our next picks. We still got bowl picks and things that we have to do. So, we got picks coming up too. So maybe I'll bring it up to him in the future. But I'll just sort of this conversation with Keith. I think it was awesome to see, and you could tell he was exhausted, by the way.
Yeah.
The amount of hours, and especially you have to recruit up until you sign on that dotted line.
yeah.
And even after and all that stuff, you want to maintain those relationships. But you could tell his head was spinning all the way down to that morning, because you still want to make sure that they're signed and they're good, because there's other schools still coming in at the very last second. So I could see why he was a little scatterbrained and things, but it was great to chat with him.
I also think it's great to have someone like him. I think he's really good at what he does. I think he's a great evaluator. But he played here, right? I mean, he wore the N. So I think as Coach Rule's done a fantastic job of getting guys that understand Nebraska, even if they haven't been here, they haven't played here. I know Coach Eckler did, but I think to have someone like Keith that's in charge of talking to some of these young players that are thinking about coming here, hey, he's been here, he knows it better than anybody, you know?
Yeah, he knows and I think I mentioned that in the interview, if I remember correctly, just sort of understanding the standard of what it takes to rep that logo. And that's part of what you have to do when you come here. There's an expectation when you're a Nebraska Cornhusker, and who better to relay that message than somebody who has played here and who has done it and was a babysitter of Jeremiah Searles.
On that note, let's hear from Keith Williams as Kyle had a chance to chat with him about this year's signing class.
We're now joined by Keith Williams, and a lot of his hard work, a lot of late nights and hours go into getting these recruits to sign on the dotted line. So, Keith, here we are, signing day. Congratulations. What do you like about this group? Really fun group.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm very excited. We got a great group of guys that fit our mode, fit who we are, fit what Coach Rule calls OOU, one of us. So I'm excited. I know, we have Luke at tight end, who I'm excited about his physicality he was going to bring to the room. He's going to fit good with Coach Satterfield and what he's bringing and the technique. I also love Jamal Rule, who is a really big back, physical, likes to get after people, can do versatile things in the pass game and also the run game. And then we have two, really good wide receivers. Nayland Scott, who battled through some adversity in the beginning half of the season, who's now thriving towards the end. And then we also got Larry, who, literally, you could be standing right in front of him like this, you can't touch him. So, Larry he's exciting and electric, what he brings to that wide receiver room, and I think it's great competition for us all. We have a good group of offensive linemen. I know Claude, he's really big guy who has great feet from basketball, who I think is going to develop into a really good offensive lineman, be an anchor in that room. Then we have Rex and also Hayden, who I think are two great guys that come in from different parts of the country. One's from Arizona, one's from Mississippi, and I think they're going to do a really good job in that room developing. I love Jace, who's right down the street in Omaha. He's a hometown kind of hero, so I think he's going to be really great coming in, adding to Coach Rob and what he does. And then we have, Danny, Danny is really elite in what he does. And, the development and the relationship he's built with Coach Addison, I think he's going to thrive, and his ceiling is nowhere near, where he's at right now. So we had a great group, and then we also have a kicker, Michael, who's from Australia, who I think, Eck is doing a hell of a job. So I think he's just going to keep building and building, and he's going to keep getting these pieces that accelerates our special teams.
Yeah, and you went through the list there, but I think what stands out is how you guys have been recruiting all around the nation. This class is spread out, southeast, west, guys right down the road. So you guys have put in a lot of miles here for this 2026 class.
Absolutely, and it's really good getting on the road, having these coaches kind of do their homework, getting those high schools, build relationships. And I think that's the big thing. The relationships that we've built over time is starting to pay off right now. We're starting to get the guys and being able to go in different states and be able to get guys out of there. So I think that's a commence to the coaches, Coach Rule, letting us kind of get out there and be able to get those guys.
What's the importance, maybe the key of building that relationships early on, but being consistent with it, persistent, consistent, all those things when it comes to the relationship piece in recruiting?
Relationships are big. It's like we believe in communication. Communication is key in what we do, from talking to the parents, talking to the coaches, talking to the players, talking to the influencers. We're really big in communication with everybody in the circle. Also, when it comes to the high school coaches, going in there, seeing those high school coaches, stopping in, and keep building those relationships and getting stronger and stronger, and we're able to build those pipelines.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing a heck of a job at it right now.
And in terms of building momentum from class to class, how do you view a class as building momentum even for the next class for 2027? Do you view it that way at all?
Yeah, I think we did a heck of a job this class. As you can see, kind of this projecting a little bit forward.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing even better in the next class, and we're just going to keep building it. The best thing I love is these guys are bought into us. They bought into the brand. They bought into Coach Rule. And these guys are recruiting for us. So it's just not us just making these calls. They're making those calls. They're building this thing. They're taking ownership of their classes. So I love that.
What do you tell prospective student athletes here at Nebraska about the standard of playing here, playing for the logo, what it means to play here in the state of Nebraska?
Yeah, I played here in Nebraska, and this is a special place, and I hold that dear. When Coach Rule gave me the opportunity, when he first came on staff, and I put my head down, I kept working and working because I know what this brand is. I know where I wanted it to be, and I know what we could get it just working together. And I love this place. It's amazing.
And for you, do you get an opportunity to maybe sleep a little bit here, or are you now eyes wide open to 2027 and beyond? Do you ever get time now to take a deep breath?
I'll tell you what, recruiting is 24/7. It never stops. It never stops. You're always looking for the next person and developing your roster. So it's never stopped. It never.
How much does it change on a yearly basis in terms of the tactics of how you recruit? Are you always evaluating yourself and, hey, we could do this better, that better? Is it always a constant evaluation of how Nebraska recruits and how to improve certain areas?
Well, we have our standard and the way we do everything. So we kind of just, every now and then we kind of sit down and go, all right, how do we do? How can we get better? And always look for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So we fix those little areas each year. And we try to develop each year and try to get better and better with the roster.
Well, Keith, congratulations on this 2026 class. Hopefully you can get a nap in and get ready for 2027. I know you're 24/7, 365, but we appreciate you spending some of that time with us. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was good chatting with Keith. And, I mentioned that for him to finally get a nap in. Because it's been that sort of year to get them ready to go for the signing class, and then it doesn't stop. Now it's on to 2027.
People commenting that you look a little small compared next to him. Everybody does.
Okay.
He played offensive line here. He's on the pipeline. He's still.
We started this show with me saying that the YouTube comments have been nicer as we've gone.
Someone else said he still looks like he could play. He absolutely does.
Yeah, I know. I think I still could play.
Okay. On that note, let's get to a break. Coming up on the other side of this, let's hear about the future of the pipeline. Claude Puma had a chance to chat with him, and if you missed the conversation yesterday, you are going to love hearing from him. Keep it here on Sports Nightly.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear Weekend, Toyota trucks are raring to go. Gearing up for fall, Tundra is all in for hauling. Campers, ATVs, Tundra's got the muscle to move it. Going off the beaten path? Tacoma says, let's do this. With handling that tackles tough trails and the backbone to take you where the pavement can't. Both trucks pack sweet tech, posh cabins, and Toyota's legendary reliability. So whether it's a fishing trip at dawn, tailgate at noon, or a remote sunset at, sunset, these trucks are built to make every weekend epic. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, or Village Point Toyota of Omaha. Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. Their technicians don't earn commission. This equals fair treatment to their customers. SOS is a family-owned third-generation company, and now to celebrate the 75th year in business for a limited time, get a New York AC or furnace for $75 per month. Get you and your loved ones comfortable again with SOS. Call 402-391-2336.
Since 1975, Woodhouse has proudly served our customers and communities. From one dealership to over 21 dealerships across Nebraska and Iowa, our promise remains the same. A wide selection of vehicles, trusted service, and financing that fits your life. We believe in honest people, fair prices, and relationships built to last. Because it's not just about the road ahead, it's about traveling it together. Start your journey at woodhouse.com.
Set. Hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the
no payments for 90 days on select Ford vehicles during the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers, driven by value.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. All right, we continue talking Husker Signing Day, introducing you to one of the newest Huskers, and we'll be adding to the pipeline here at Nebraska. Won a state title last night. I had a chance to chat with the four-star offensive tackle out of Chicago, Illinois, Claude Puma. Here's that conversation. Well, how does it feel to officially be a Husker?
It's great. I mean, none of us I can say it's the best feeling ever.
Awesome. Well, you've got a big game coming up tonight, a state title game. So this is a massive day for you. You got signing day and you're playing for a state title. How about that?
Only Huskers do that.
I love it. Well, listen, you have what a fascinating story. Just started playing football a couple years ago, but you exploded onto the scene, had so many offers from some big-time programs. Why Nebraska? Why'd you pick Nebraska?
I chose Nebraska because of the family vibe I was getting from the program. I love all the coaches down there. I've been in Nebraska for, I think, 4 to 5 visits, and every time I went back down there, it was always the same thing. Welcoming, nothing ever changed. The vibe was the same. All the coaches, all the players, and we got that family feeling down there, so we don't want that.
I love it. I love it. Great perspective. Well, for Husker fans that might not be familiar with your story, you just started playing football. You played basketball and soccer, but tell us about your transition to football, why you wanted to start playing football.
Oh, so when I started my high school career, I was a basketball player. So after my sophomore year, going to my junior year, I mean, basketball was good, but it wasn't like I was thinking about like it was supposed to be. Like I wasn't getting the looks, I wasn't getting nothing. So I was like, I can try something new. So I decided to play football and try football over the summer. So I went for a couple practices. I loved it. I actually enjoyed the sport. Then I just went back after that. Every day I practiced, and then now I'm here.
I love it. So what'd you love about being on the football field?
Oh, what I love about being on the football, it's the fact that I get to hurt people without getting in trouble.
That's awesome. Hey, did you find that, maybe some of the footwork and playing the other sports helped you transition to football?
I feel like me being a soccer player and also a basketball player was a lot for me because it actually helped me with my footwork. You need a footwork to be a left tackle or a tackle in general. So I feel like I had a great footwork going into my football career, and it just translated.
Why do you think so quickly? I mean, what was it like? I guess you just start playing football, and then all of a sudden you're blowing up. You're a top recruit in the country. What was that like?
It was incredible. Like it was fun, started playing the sport, and then boom, out of nowhere, just become a superstar, getting offers. It was pretty fun, but it was also like what did I do? Like I was surprised.
A little
Like, it
overwhelming,
was a
I'm
good
sure.
surprise.
Was it a
What?
little
Excuse me?
overwhelming, I'm sure?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I was.
Why do you think it translated so quickly for you, that you were able to pick it up so quickly?
What, the sport?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I was just out there, and then I really don't know.
Hey, so you're from Cameroon, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about that and your background there, and what that was like growing up there.
It was fun. I was with my family, so growing up with my family was probably the best thing I had in my life. And then, yeah, it was just family life, everything else, and then having fun with the family. That's it.
So growing up, when you were 5, 6 years old, if someone would have told you you'd be playing Division I college football, what would you have said?
I would tell them they lying. Straight up. I would have tell them I don't believe what they're saying right now.
But you would have believed if they would have told you you'd be playing basketball, right?
I would have definitely believed that.
Yeah. So you speak 5 languages, is that correct?
Yes, I'm fluent in a couple of them, and then the 2 others I'm learning it. I'm still learning.
Okay, so can you give us a Go Big Red in French?
Oh, okay. Allez Grand Rouge.
Awesome. All right, how about Bassa?
Bassa. Get Big Red.
All right. You know Mandarin?
A little bit, but I don't think I can give you a Go Big Red in Mandarin yet.
What about Spanish?
I think I can. I think it's gonna be Grando. No, Vamos Grando Rojo, something like that.
Okay, why did you want to learn so many languages?
I don't know. I was just so Mandarin. The school I went to, the public school I went to back home, we had to choose a language between Mandarin and I think it was Spanish at the time, and I chose Mandarin because it was fun. I mean, nobody else was trying to take it, so I was like, let me be the only one trying. And then Spanish, I had to take Spanish over here, so.
That's why. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, so.
But it's fun. It's fun, though. Learning new languages, it's just learning about other people's culture.
Do you ever find yourself talking the wrong language in the wrong situation?
Yes, I did it multiple times where somebody will ask me a question in English and I would start responding in French. Or I would be talking with my family back home in French, then out of nowhere, English would just pop up in my head.
Oh, that's great. What does your family think about you being a Nebraska Cornhusker?
They're all up for it. They all support me in my decision, and that's it.
What did you like about Coach Raiola when you got to meet him and get to know him?
Oh, he's a great person, and he's so funny. I remember every time I went down there, he always has some jokes to say.
Hey, you also have a pretty good relationship with future Husker and Trey Taylor, right?
Yeah.
How important was that in your decision, just having that bond with him already?
I feel like knowing people and knowing people, like just in general, was great. And also knowing somebody who will be your next teammate in the future is amazing. So you just get to know the person, and then it's easier, so we can have that connection as soon as we get on the field together.
That's awesome. All right, what's next for you? Are you coming? When are you coming here?
So far I don't have any dates, but I think I should be attending one of the bowl practice soon.
Okay, so you'll be here for this coming semester.
Yes, okay. I will.
All right, so you're coming early. What's your approach to coming here as a true freshman? You're going to be here for some bowl practices. What are you looking to do right when you get on campus to be able to come right in and fit in?
Get some work. That's it. Just work. Just work. That's it.
That's awesome. Well, Husker fans are going to love you. I've got some fun questions here to close this out, get to know you a little bit more, okay? What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Ooh, favorite Thanksgiving dish.
Side dish. Dish.
I love me some good mac and cheese.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
It's going to be basic, but it's vanilla.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Who was your favorite athlete growing up?
My favorite athlete growing up was Joel Embiid. We're from the same city.
I like it. That's a good one. Favorite TV show or movie that you can watch on repeat?
Fast and Furious, all of them.
All of them. Do you have a favorite one, though?
All of them. I'll probably say The Six.
Okay. Who's your biggest football mentor?
Biggest football mentor? Ooh, that's a good one. I'd say my coaches and a couple of my uncles. They've been on me since I started playing.
What role have they played? Did they just...
The biggest.
Yeah?
I'm talking about checking on me before and after every game, making sure practice was right. And I think after I get off the phone with you, we got to hop on a group call song.
Well, shout out to your uncles.
Yeah, shout out to them.
What's the best Gatorade flavor?
Best Gatorade fruit punch.
Okay. When you were growing up and, when you were a little kid and people said, what do you want to be when you grow up? What was your answer to that?
What was that? At some point, I was trying to be a police officer. I don't know why.
Okay, I like it. And
then it changed to a basketball player, and now it's different.
Yeah. That's cool, though. All right, and so what sport would you be playing if it wasn't football? Is it basketball or is it soccer?
If it wasn't for either basketball or soccer.
You can't pick one?
Nah, I just love both of them.
You love both of them. Who's your favorite team? Do you have a favorite NBA team?
Favorite NBA team? Not really.
Yeah. Well, what else do Husker fans need to know about you? What do you like on a football field if they haven't seen your game film?
Oh, I mean, we're going to have a lot of fun when I get there. We bring back the program. Husker Nation will be back. That's one thing I can tell you.
You're going to be a fan favorite. There's no doubt in my mind. One more time, can you give us a Go Big Red in French?
Allez Grand Rouge.
Great stuff. Great chatting with you. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you here in a couple weeks.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me up here.
Allez Grand Rouge.
Close. I don't know if you got it, but it was close.
Well, he's
awesome. That was awesome.
He is absolutely fantastic. Cannot wait to get him here. He's going to be fun to interview, but also I think he's going to be a heck of a talent moving forward. All right, got to get to a break. We're back to wrap up hour number 1 next.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts. From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. bench the other guys and team up with the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. All right, final couple minutes left here of hour number one. Did not want to let this hour go by without a huge shout out to Nebraska women's basketball, also now 8-0 after last night's win over Bradley.
Yes, and one going away pretty convincingly. Their next game at Penn State, right, to open up Big Ten play. That'll be on Saturday, so getting into the thick of things pretty quickly, but playing really well. I know injury-wise, still dealing with some players on the shelf, but Britt Prince, she's had an incredible start to the season, putting up great numbers scoring-wise, and just a well-balanced team, I think, heading into conference play.
So, congratulations again, 16-0 around here for the Hoops teams.
It's a Hoops town right now.
It's a basketball team, a basketball school.
It's a basketball school right now. Love
All right.
it.
So before we get to our picks here off the top of hour number two, shout out Bruce went 8-2 last week.
Shout out Bruce.
Shane 7-3. Dryce, Joseph all went 7-3, and currently Dryce is the leader of the chat picks.
Congrats, Dryce. Congrats. What did they win? Did they win anything?
I don't know. I think
just
bragging
pride?
rights. Bragging rights. All right. So quickly, to close this out, favorite Gatorade flavor for you?
Oh, I would say probably yellow, lemon lime.
That was pretty popular. What about the mac and cheese? Is like runaway favorite for all these
and
guys.
We had that in the snake draft because we sort of ran out of options.
That's why I picked mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is not my favorite, but I had already done 5 interviews and all 5 were mac and cheese.
You were playing to win, and clearly it altered the vote when they saw mac and cheese. We went over the Thanksgiving vote, too, that we had, the poll that we put up of the snake draft we did of the Thanksgiving sides. Me and Camden lost.
Bad.
It was rough. Camden came in last. I want to make sure I differentiate. I was bad, but Camden was in the basement bad.
But by a point.
7%. I was 7%. He was 6%.
You also had back-to-back, though. I could argue for both of you, two. Should have been better.
You had glazed carrots. As soon as he said that, I almost fell off my chair.
I would have picked that, too, though.
Glazed carrots.
Have you had a good glazed carrot? You had
I had them today.
Training table.
I had them today. I actually had multiple servings.
All right, well, and you were surprised with Fast and Furious with
Yeah, I didn't know. First of all, I don't know how many Fast and Furious movies there were. Camden told me there's like 7 of them. Claude's watched all of them.
Yeah, he has, and it's his favorite. All right, well, that's going to do it. Hour number 1 coming up. Lots, hour number 2. We're going to talk some volleyball, but up next, we're making our picks. Keep it here on Sports Nightly.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
There is no place like Nebraska, and there's no peace of mind like knowing you have a dedicated team of technology experts working for your business around the clock. Hey Lincoln, I'm Ed Knott, president of tech company Applied Connective. It's a privilege to serve our great state for nearly 2 decades now with managed IT, cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, and audio-video solutions. Our team understands the importance of fitting you with the right technologies to help your business perform at its peak potential all day, every day. Discover more at appliedconnective.com and go Big Red.
I got to see my brother get married.
I would have missed my dad's birthday.
Because I wore my seatbelt, I had the privilege of being part of his special day.
I got to go home and see my family again.
Does it click yet?
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
I was able to go to my brother's graduation.
I wouldn't have adopted my first pet.
And then it clicked. My seatbelt saved my life. Does it click yet?
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Good evening, I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems. Earlier today, the Big Ten Conference announced their Big Ten football honors, and Husker running back Emmett Johnson was named the Big Ten Running Back of the Year and a first-team All-Big Ten member. He's the first Husker to capture an offensive award since Austin Allen back in 2021. In other Husker news, Nebraska soccer added a new player to next year's roster. Natalie Lewis will be a senior after she played at Oregon State this past season. She recorded 3 goals and an assist as she started every game for the Beavers. And finally, Week 14 of the NFL season begins tonight as the 6-5-1 Cowboys travel to Detroit to take on the 7-5 Lions. Kickoff is set for 7:15, and it can be watched on Prime Video. Our sports ticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through the retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, a disciplined process, the retirement compass. Visit StonebridgeIWM.com. Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Serve, sail to the back right. That's Maisie. Perfect pass. Center to Bergenreiler. Point, set, match. Big Red. That's perfection. 30-0. And the 2025 Huskers join the 1994 and 2000 Husker teams. Perfect in the regular season. And on to December we go.
Hoiberg in the corner. With it is Jacobson. Back to Mass. Puts it up. Got it! Bang! Bang! Bang-a-rang. Mass with 31. 4 under his career high. 3 under his career high.
Britt Prince down the floor. Right down the middle of the lane. And up the top. Britt Prince scores! Are you kidding me? She's got 22. Timeout, Virginia. That seal was better than super glue.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks on the Huskers Radio Network.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by
Akrs,
the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more.
Akrs,
solutions for every field. We're back on track. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Sports Nightly. He is Jeremiah Searles, Kyle Crooks, Josh Hokelman, Camden Cohn here as it is time for our weekly pick segment. It's championship week. We've got a lot of matchups here to dive into. Not 10 this week. We've just got 9, but we're picking all the championship games. But before we get into that, this is a friendly reminder that yours truly has now won back-to-back-to-back weeks.
Oh, gosh.
Getting hot at the right time. So as we recap last week, I went 9-2. Josh went 8-3. Searles and Kyle went 7-4. Camden and the interns go 6-5. And Nick he went 5-6. So Josh still at the top of the leaderboard, 102 and 55. Camden is, you're falling further behind, Camden.
It's going to be a struggle.
Camden 94 and 63. I am 2 games now behind Camden, and the interns are tied with me to 92-65. Kyle and Searles 2 games behind that, and Nick has separated himself at the back. So we had the battle for the back. We've separated a little bit here.
Yep.
Yeah,
battle for the back is really the battle for the top. Go ahead, Searles.
Yeah, I would say the fall of Camden needs to be studied. I mean,
know.
the fall off of Camden needs to be a 30 for 30 written on that.
Tried to pick up points.
We need to understand.
Going against Josh, and none of them have gone my way.
He's totally changed his approach trying to catch Josh, which has allowed the rest of us to catch him.
It's the trap I fell into last year where I tried to
when a man put all of his knowledge into the Big Ten Blitz and came up short. Camden Cohn in Falling from the Top.
Sure.
Kyle wants to be a movie trailer guy. Look at Searles.
My voice used to be much better, but I've ruined it throughout the years.
I'm here for it.
All right. Well, Texas A&M. I was the only person that hooked them. So Texas beats Texas A&M, first loss of the season for the Aggies. Searles.
I thought I picked Texas. Did I pick Texas last week, Josh?
You did not.
Oh, I was rooting for Texas the whole game, thinking I picked Texas.
Jess was on an island.
I swam upstream on that one.
Texas looks right now like we thought they were going to look all year. And that's the part where, if you look at that team and the way they looked early in the year to the way they finished the year, night and day different team. Arch Manning is somehow still back in first round talks again. I don't understand it. He needs to come back to school. But that Texas team looks like someone no one wants to play right now.
Well, and they play up depending on who they play a lot of times too. I knew they'd be up for that one. Kyle Vandy handles Tennessee. We all picked Tennessee. We all got it wrong.
Shocking to me. I had this one pegged as Tennessee winning. I think I might have said by 10 or so points. Credit Diego. He's got a big mouth, but he backs it up. It's a really good football team. And
What's bigger, his mouth or his arm?
You know what? I think they're both pretty equal. I think his mouth probably is first. But I know Clark Lee and Vandy's been scrambling to maybe play a game this week to just add something to the resume. But I think Vanderbilt's good enough to be a playoff team. Unfortunately, it didn't shake out their way this year. But I think they're a team. You can't tell me that's a team that can't contend for a national championship. I know that's saying crazy stuff, but...
I mean, are you going to sign the petition to Trump? Are you going to jump on the
Diego's
bandwagon
got that thing rolling,
with the petition?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going all the way to the top on this one. That would be a hell of an executive order. Could you imagine?
What a story that would be.
Executive order, Vanderbilt's in the playoff.
Jeez.
Searles, the one time you don't pick Minnesota, they win.
I know.
They beat Wisconsin.
That game's infuriating to me. That team's infuriating to me. It's rivalry week, so fun because you never really know what's going to be going on. I thought Wisconsin had turned a corner. I thought Skyuma, however they say it, was a little bit stale, but they out-physicaled Wisconsin. It's what they've done, I think, 2 years in a row now, maybe even 3. I think they've won the Akrs 2 or 3 years in a row now. So, I mean, go Goldie, I guess.
And Clemson beat South Carolina, Mr. SEC.
Yeah, look, Shane Beamer's having a tough go of it right now. There's a lot more people calling for his job. It's been a tough year for Clemson, but credit Dabo getting that team ready. I was pretty surprised with how kind of flat South Carolina was and not being able to win that game.
All right, well, let's get to it. Again, championship weekend. Let's start with the Sun Belt Championship. Troy versus number 25, James Madison University. JMU looking to make a case to get in the college football playoff.
This is Jim Madison you speak of?
James Madison, yes.
Literally, yeah.
And
Jimmy Madison.
The Dukes, the Fighting Dukes, need to be very big fans of Duke this weekend. For the ultimate chaos, maybe get JMU into the college football playoff. 6 o'clock on Friday, JMU is a 23.5-point favorite. I am not even going to, give you any reason to not think anything other than JMU. They get it done. Camden?
JMU.
They've won conference games by an average of 27 points this year. There's a reason they're a 23.5-point favorite. Give me a Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jim Bob as well. So let's go ahead and get Jim Bob going.
Me too. I think, isn't their coach headed to UCLA, Bob Chesney? So they might be a little distracted. I still think they win by double digits.
Up for that job, Billy Napier, I read. So that's James. Any relation, I wonder, to Billy Madison, the movie?
Could be.
Jess has never seen Billy Madison. What a shame.
I've seen Billy Madison.
Have you?
Okay,
Thank goodness.
Wait a second.
Yes, that's one I have
We're going to
seen.
have to pause the show.
That is one I have seen.
Stop and watch it quick.
Stop the show. Hold on. We'll be back.
All right. How about Conference USA, Kennesaw State versus Jacksonville State, 6 o'clock on Friday on CBS Sports Network. Kennesaw State is a 2.5-point favorite. Jack State won the matchup back in November, 35-26. Camden, was this part of your Big Ten Blitz this week? Are you an expert on this matchup?
I am definitely not an expert on this matchup. I looked about 5 minutes ago, and I'll go Kennesaw State. It's hard to beat a team twice, right?
For me, I love the Jacksonville State. Are they the Gamecocks?
Yes, they are.
I'm a big. I have all my love is in Jacksonville State.
You picked South Carolina Gamecocks last week, and that didn't work out well.
You know
for
what?
So.
That's enough out of you.
I'm feeling better now.
Cam Cook, no relation to Camden Cone, top rusher in the FBS. Give me Cam Cook to have 200 yards rushing in this game. Give me the Gamecocks.
Jackson
Love them.
Well, I got to separate myself from Kyle here. So give me Kennesaw State for no other reason than same with Camden, right? Let's. It's hard to beat a team twice.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They're going to get their revenge in this game. Kennesaw State for me.
Listen, Jacksonville State, unbeaten, 5-0 at home. They keep it rolling. I'm with Kyle in this one. Give me the Gamecocks as well.
That's right.
All right.
All right, up next, we've got the American Championship, and this is a big one. Huge matchup going into this weekend.
Massive game
Number
of the week.
24, North Texas versus number 20, Tulane. The way that the tiebreaker shook out, it's at Tulane, 7 o'clock on Friday on ESPN. North Texas is a 2.5-point favorite. Both these teams lost their head coaches, but both these coaches are coaching throughout the rest of the season. So a little bit different narrative there than we've been hearing about the last couple of weeks. Kyle, you're up first in this one.
I am a real American. That should be the theme for the American Athletic. Give me North Texas, best offense in the country. They can score in bunches. Searles, I love the mean green of North Texas.
I'm with you on that one. I love the mean green too. I know he's going to Okie State once this is all said and done. Probably going to take 90% of that roster with him if I was him. So I'm going to go with the mean green of North Texas.
Is this the best matchup of the mascot names?
Oh, mean green, green wave. Wow, that is
a lot of green.
That's a mouthful.
That'd be fun for a play-by-play broadcaster.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a mock
The green
broadcast
wave
of that
takes
game.
over the green, and they go down the green turf.
I'm going to go with North Texas as well. Like you said, this is basically a home game for Tulane, but I still think their offense is too much. So North Texas.
I was going to go North Texas, but with you guys all going North Texas, give me Tulane.
Yep, well, I'll just go with Tulane then, too.
Oh,
Might as well.
Oh, no.
You're falling into the trap.
Hey, but
At least
Green
Jess is
Wave,
with me on this one.
Here's my argument. They're also undefeated at home and posted the first 6-0 record in that stadium history. So I think they also protect the home field this weekend. All right, Mountain West Championship, UNLV versus Boise State, 7 o'clock Fox on Friday. Boise is a 4.5-point favorite. Again, another rematch from earlier in the season. Boise State beat UNLV earlier. But apparently there's a big uproar that UNLV shouldn't even be in this game. So, Searles, you get to pick first in this one.
I don't know. I'm just going to go with Boise here. I think Boise has the more veteran team, the been there, done that type of thing. And so when it comes down to controversy and drama leading through the week, usually the team that can be the most mature piece about it goes about that way. Spencer Danielson's done a nice job. So
you're going against your argument that you picked in the first one.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Give me Boise.
All right, just confirming. Josh?
Different games, Jess. Different games.
They are
different
different
matchups,
games.
different mentalities.
I was looking back, and Boise they really haven't been playing great lately, like their last few games, but I still think they're better than UNLV. I think the Broncos get the dub.
And I think it's supposed to be cold and rainy, and it's at Boise outside, so I'm also going to roll with Boise State at home. Camden?
Yeah, I got Boise.
I got Ashton Genty running for over 200 yards. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm going to go with – I'll still go with Boise. They're getting their quarterback back. As much as I love – we started the season, me all in on Dan Mullen at UNLV, winning every single game.
That.
But I'm going to go with Boise State. Boy, that feels like it was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Did you bring your comedian game to the show today, apparently?
He's on one
Because I'm
today.
funny.
No beard either.
Now you got to do
no
it for every
beard
single
Kyle's
pick from
throwing
here
me
on out.
off.
He is on one. All right. Big 12 championship rematch as well. Number 11, BYU against number 4, Texas Tech, 11 a.m. on Saturday on ABC. Tech is a 12.5-point favorite. Dominated this matchup the first time. Can BYU get it back, Josh?
Well, and BYU is the desperate team. They need it to get in the playoff. Texas Tech doesn't need it. I just can't get that first matchup out of my head, though. I'm going with the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I went on a big-time limb. Thought I was making a heck of a pick picking BYU the last time, and not going to do it again. Give me Tech again.
Yeah. Texas Tech, I think they said it's supposed to be, the most highly attended Big 12 championship game ever? Isn't it in Dallas?
Yep, it's in Jerry's World.
Yeah, so I think Texas Tech will have a pretty big home crowd there.
Tech is just a better team, better offense, better front. I would love to see BYU win this game, to be honest with you, to get them in the playoff, but I'll go with Texas Tech.
Searles?
I want to try and pick one up on the field here, but I don't think that I can. I don't think I can. Again, like you, Josh, you can't unsee what they did to BYU the first time. Obviously, the little bit of the distraction with is my coach going to Penn State, is he not? We get everything put down there. So I think Tech probably rolls in this. All
right, MAC championship, Miami of Ohio. It seems like they're on these picks every single year we do these championship picks. Taking on Western Michigan, 11 a.m. on ESPN. Western Michigan is a 2.5-point favorite. I totally forgot what I learned when I was doing research on this one. So I guess I'll just take Western Michigan.
That's about,
I don't know why.
That's about my logic. I'll take Western Michigan.
Miami of Ohio. No, I was thinking maybe if this was Miami of Florida, I would go with them. But I actually still am going to go with Miami. Miami of Ohio, led by Cam Perry. Big play threat. No relation to Camden Cone. Cam Perry. Give me Miami of Ohio. Are they the Red Hawks, Josh?
They are.
Yes.
And the Broncos
Where's
of
this
Western
game at?
Michigan. Detroit, right?
Yes.
Isn't that where they
Yes.
play every
Yep.
MAC game? Just
Yeah.
That's ever existed.
They just rotate them.
Field.
That's why they
On
play on
Tuesday
Tuesdays
night.
and Wednesdays. They have to.
Yes. I mean, the rushing attack of Western Michigan's been really good this year. So I'm going to go with them and run the ball and then pick up another point on Kyle.
All right.
Yeah, I've got Western Michigan in this one. I think Miami have Ohio won their the first game this year, but I think they get the revenge in this one.
So am I swimming upstream here?
You are swimming upstream on this one.
Swim. Good thing I took swimming lessons as a kid.
All right, the SEC Championship. Number 3, Georgia. Number 9, Alabama. 3 o'clock on ABC. 2.5-point favorite for Georgia, right? I didn't even finish out my Georgia, right? Is it 2.5-point favorite?
Last I
right.
checked.
All right, Camden, you get to pick first.
I think I'm going to go with Alabama. They need the win more than Georgia does. So I think Bama.
I think Alabama still gets in with a loss. Now, Alabama's owned Georgia lately. They've had the better of this matchup, but I think it's going to be sort of a pseudo home game for Georgia in Atlanta. Remember, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think Georgia gets some payback here, wins this game. Coin flip, though.
God, I really wanted you to take Bama. Yeah, I'm not betting against the dogs. I'm not
Don't
betting
get rich betting
against
against the dogs.
in Georgia. You don't make a living betting against the dogs. So
Or the Tide, for that matter. And that was disturbing.
It was accurate, though. Yeah, I went back and forth on this one because, like you said, Camden and Kyle both, I think Bama needs to feel safe about being in the playoff. But I also think basically the pseudo home environment for Georgia is going to pay off for them. I've got the dogs.
Yeah, Bama won the earlier close matchup at
Georgia.
So I think Georgia's going to be ticked off about that. I went back and forth. I kind of came into it thinking I was going to pick Bama, but I think I'm going to change my mind and go Georgia. So
now it's 7 years removed from the national championship game being played in that building. Georgia, Bama, 2nd and 26. Tua to Devontae Smith. So shades of that in the background of this game.
All right.
All right, the Big Ten Championship, number 1 versus number 2, Ohio State, Indiana, both 12-0. 7 o'clock on Fox. Ohio State is a 4.5-point favorite, Kyle.
Ohio State, you don't get rich picking against the Buckeyes, as I like to say. They only allow 7.8 points per game. How silly is that? Love
Not very
it.
many.
I think this is going to be a field goal at the gun. I think it might be a high-scoring affair, but I just cannot pick against Ohio State. I think Julian Sayin is one of the best quarterbacks in college that we've seen in quite a bit here.
Searles?
give me Indiana. I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to take Indiana with the upset. They're on a mission. Signetti's going to be slitting throats as he's walking in there. Just the old school guy. I love Signetti. He's just going to kill everyone.
Show.
Give me Indiana.
Okay. I hope everybody plays and gets home safe. How about that?
No, I want Signetti to be on the warpath. I want him to knock them off their high horse.
God.
Man. No, but I actually have the same reasoning as Searles in this one.
Just less graphic.
Just less graphic.
Okay.
Signetti is the master motivator. I think that they want to prove a point to everybody. They want to have the number one seed going into the playoffs. So I think even though they're the underdogs in this one, I think they go in there and get it done.
Kyle, a little history lesson for you. We started off these picks, and Searles was an Indiana stan.
Hey, Tom Allen.
Tom Allen. Yes, I did glean that.
He got recruited by them, and then he just stayed with them, and he's back on the bandwagon.
Back, baby. I'm back.
Indiana. Listen, you guys went to Indiana. I'm going to go with Kyle and pick Ohio State.
That's right. You're smart.
All right.
Camden?
I don't know.
That's great.
You're the tiebreaker here.
I don't know. Whoever wins.
IDK is what I'll put in there.
I'm thinking Indiana. I like Fernando.
All right.
I'll go Indiana.
Well, just a massive matchup in the ACC. The matchup everybody wanted to see. Duke and Virginia. 7 o'clock on ABC.
Is this like Cameron Indoor, or is this football? This is football. Okay.
Virginia is a 4.5-point favorite. If Duke wins this game, it is going to be chaos. And Searles, lucky you get to pick first.
I'm going to go with Virginia. I've watched very little of both of these teams. I think Virginia just seems on paper like the better team. So go Virginia.
Yeah, Duke has been really good to me in picks when I've taken them so far this season, but I got to go with Virginia. They absolutely crushed Duke when they matched up a few weeks ago. So
I think for that very reason, I'm going to go with Duke. And I think this is also a me wanting to see the chaos unleashed. So give me Duke. Because I don't want to be like rooting for a pick in Virginia, but also wanting Duke to win. So I'm just going to keep it together if I lose a point on this. But I want to
keep it 100.
I want to be able to
That's
root
what they
for
do
Duke.
say.
So give me Duke.
I think Virginia wins.
Nice.
Duke, more like puke. Give me Virginia. Now they were up 31-3 after 3 quarters in that meeting during the regular season. Give you a little notes and nuggets because that's what I do. Jamari Taylor is pushing 1,000 rush yards on the season. I think he has a big game on the ground. Virginia wins this one. Going away, no drama.
What's the score pick?
SEC.
What's your score prediction?
I think it might be 35-13 Virginia.
All right.
Oh, man.
All right.
No chaos if that happens.
Do I get an extra point if I pick the score?
If it's 35-13, I will give you an extra point.
I'll give you that.
No,
If you pick
no,
the exact
If it's exactly
He is the czar.
35-13.
He is the czar. He has already agreed verbally.
All
There's
right.
no Husker questions.
No Husker
No
questions.
Husker questions. That's it.
Is there anything we can do in place of the Husker questions?
Create
so we
Nebraska
can-
basketball. You could do like
Yeah, but we
combined
can't put
threes
Josh on the
made.
spot. Something easier.
Yeah.
Something that we could figure out.
And Searles wouldn't even know. He doesn't even.
I was going to say, we could just all pick the score of the Duke-Virginia game, and if anybody gets it right on the nose, they get a point.
That's boring.
Or whoever's closest.
All right.
Whatever.
No Husker. No questions.
Just,
No
Husker
Husker
questions.
questions.
Just doesn't like
Maybe
we
for the
needed to prepare Josh for this before we.
maybe
you
for
can't
the
just
bowl
spring it on
games.
him.
Maybe for the bowl games.
All right.
Yeah, bowl games. We'll have something going for the bowl games.
Well, our college football
Meineke
picks
Car Care
are
Bowl is
brought
about
to
What about
to
listen,
could we
people.
pick
talking.
one of the bowl games that we think we're going to? Could we say that we're either going to go to Vegas or Nashville, and then we just
That's actually
decide?
good.
All right,
Like
Vegas.
we have to
Vegas.
put our stamp on it, Vegas or Nashville, and then
Vegas.
whichever one's the
Vegas.
Husker question.
Viva Las Vegas.
Did everyone say Vegas?
Yes. So that's boring.
Great question, Searles. Great
I don't know.
question.
You think I've been paying attention?
Stupid.
I just heard those two things thrown around,
so
so I was
stupid.
going to say Nashville, but I'll go Vegas.
Jess wants to do the read.
All right, listen, people. Our college football picks are brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. If you or someone you know is struggling with problem gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call Choices 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300 for more information. Those offices are
In Lincoln and Columbus.
all right. Great stuff. We got to step aside for a break. More coming up right after this.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time.
Great time to buy Ranger, Maverick,
Slate It, and F-Series.
America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Let's light them up.
Now that's some holiday power.
That's Holiday Pro Power onboard.
It's like a mobile generator.
Get 0% limited term financing plus zero down and no payments for 90 days on select Ford vehicles during the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers, driven by value.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Set. Hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
At Woodhouse, it's more than just buying a car. It's about the experience. Our team is dedicated to making every visit seamless, enjoyable, and personalized to your needs. Explore a wide selection of vehicles, from SUVs and sedans to trucks and luxury models, all backed by expert guidance and exceptional service. Whether it's your first car or your next upgrade, discover why generations of drivers trust Woodhouse for a truly memorable experience. Visit us at woodhouse.com today.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers. Starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
1 year, 0 interest. With a qualifying seed purchase from Central Valley Ag by October 17th, you can unlock 0% financing for 1 full year on seed and crop protection. The first 10 growers to enroll this week in the CVA Go Early Seed Program will receive 100 units of free CVA Elite soybean seed treatment. Details at cvacoop.com. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time.
Great time to buy Ranger, Maverick,
Slated, and F-Series.
America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Let's light them up.
Now that's some holiday power.
That's Holiday Pro Power onboard.
It's like a mobile generator.
Get 0% limited term financing plus 0 down and no payments for 90 days on select Ford vehicles during the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers, driven by value.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Set. Hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
We need your help, Husker fans. Nebraska is competing against other Big Ten schools in the Abbott We Give Blood Challenge, and it's time to defend our title. You can donate towards Nebraska anytime, any place, anywhere. Just find a donation center near you and log it on big10.org/Abbott, ABBOTT, to help the Huskers win $1 million to the school. Every donation counts. Let's show the Big Ten the power of Husker Nation. Again, that is winding down. It actually ends, I think, tomorrow at midnight. And we are falling behind Wisconsin, Kyle.
Don't like it.
So I don't know if we're going to be able to make up the deficit, but hey, we're going to do our part to encourage people to get out and donate blood tomorrow because it's the last day.
If anybody can do it, it's Husker fans.
Absolutely.
They rally in numbers.
All right, well, big one coming up on Sunday inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nebraska men's basketball and Creighton. And you had a chance to have Coach Hoiberg on Tuesday. But are you excited for your first Creighton-Nebraska matchup?
I am. I'm excited for it. Announced sellout a couple days ago, so the place will be bumping. And I know there's learning more about this rivalry. There is not a lot of love lost between these two. There is legitimate hatred between Creighton and Nebraska, so I'm excited to be a part of that environment. I was talking to Fred a couple days ago on his show, and I think it matters playing in environments like you had at the Pentagon against Oklahoma, playing in Kansas City against the opponents are one thing, but when a game that you expect to come down to media segment by media segment, where there's so much, it almost feels like a tournament game and its atmosphere. You know, it's good to beat up the Winthrops and the USC Upstates and get those wins, but to play against a team like Creighton where you know the environment is going to be crazy, how you deal with the emotion of an environment like that, I think is part of a growing process for this Nebraska team is how they deal with that. And they'll be most likely a favorite in this game.
And which is not usually, hadn't been the case
Nope.
the last few matchups. I think a couple of things going into it outside of just the matchup is this team hasn't played their best basketball at home. In fact, they've had a couple of bad starts and they didn't play very well the last time out. And, Coach Hoiberg, I feel like since I've talked to him going back to last year, just not okay with what they did on the home court. And so you go back to a couple of years ago, and the one loss that Nebraska had in PBA was to Creighton, and then they ended up going perfect in Big Ten play at home. And you've got to protect home court. And so I think this is a big one, and just, getting yourself to where you are playing your best at home and getting the crowd into it. Because there will be some Creighton fans there, but that will be overwhelmingly red. So it's a big opportunity to kind of get yourself going. But it's funny, DB helped us out yesterday just doing the short fill-in show after the signing day. And he talked about pounding it inside for Nebraska. I'm like, have you watched the Huskers? They're going to shoot it. Mm-hmm. So, but I think if Nebraska's hitting from the outside, I like their chances.
Yeah, I think some of the good numbers that you have when you look at this Nebraska team, 1 threes made per game, you're top 20 in the country. Assist to turnover ratio has been really good, so you haven't turned the ball over a whole lot, and you don't foul at a high rate. So you defend without fouling, which is key in games like this. Getting off to faster starts. It's been, like you said, a head scratcher at home specifically. On the road, you've gotten off to fast starts. And he really Coach Hoiberg lit into this team after USC Upstate. They just did not play, especially early on. They were down by as many as double figures. He mentioned they only had, I think it was 9 or so deflections or whatever. They just weren't active enough in getting into passing lanes and being aggressive on defense. So for them, I would expect in this game now with a little bit more time off between games for them to be a little bit more locked into the detail defensively, I think specifically in this game with more active hands, more steals, more deflections.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rink Bass went off for another 30-piece in this one.
Nothing surprises me with Rink. What a matchup
but I think
nightmare.
he's going to be fired up to play in this one.
Yeah, he was at the game last night because he, of course, was at Bradley, and Bradley was here on the women's side. But he's just such a matchup nightmare with what he does in the pick and pop game. You can feed him the ball on the block. He's such a rarity in how well he can shoot from beyond the arc. That's another thing. That's
He's
what
unbelievable.
Fred brought that up too. He just has incredible vision out of the post, and when you can have guys. You get double and triple teams collapsing upon him in the post, and you have the vision that he does, that makes everybody else on the floor better.
I've also been really impressed with Price Sanford, just, again, someone that we've been familiar with, being that he's been at Iowa, and he kind of, that's what he was, right? Was just a shooter. But I think the last couple of games, especially, the game against Upstate, he was really good on the defensive end, crashing the boards. I mean, he was really close to a double-double. And then against the game before that, he also had a big night on the glass. I think you're seeing different elements in that. And when I talked to Price, when he decided to transfer here, that was part of he wanted to be able to develop and be more than just a shooter. And I think already with this staff and with Coach Hoiberg's system, you're seeing Price develop multiple levels of his game other than just being a three-point shooter.
Yeah, I think offensively they're going to need more out of more guys with Connor down for the rest of the year, right? Asisian's no longer there, and that's a huge piece that you miss off your bench. But Price has been great. He was great at 20 the other day against USC Upstate. He's had at least 20 in 4 games this year. I think it's some of the best opponents they've played. Kansas State, he had 5 threes, had 21 points. Against Oklahoma, he had 28 points and 7 assists. So he's shown up when it's mattered the most against some of the biggest opponents. So I would imagine that you're probably going to get a similar performance, or you might need a similar performance out of him against Creighton on Sunday.
Braden Frager might also be a guy that goes off. Hometown Husker, first time he's getting to play in this matchup, being that he redshirted last year. And another guy that I think they've challenged to do more than score. And so when it's not going in the bucket, you're seeing him he's a couple times made some pretty big momentum swinging plays on the defensive end. And so I know that that's something that he's really embraced and trying to do more and provide more when the shot isn't going down for him.
I think that's going to be the key to them being a tournament team when it's all said and done. We know what they have offensively, the weapons they have offensively. Can they be good enough defensively and rebounding to win in this league at a consistent clip, to be inside that sort of cemented into that bubble conversation? I think they can be, and that comes with building identity in games like Sunday on the defensive side and on the glass, and playing with a certain physicality, because this schedule is going to pick up quick. You got Wisconsin, You're at Illinois after this game against Creighton. So this is a 3-game stretch that is pretty eye-popping before you pop back out of conference play for a bit.
All right, we got to get to a break. Coming up on the other side of this, we're going to talk some Husker volleyball as their NCAA tournament quest begins tomorrow night. So keep it here on Sports Nightly.
Since 1975, Woodhouse has proudly served our customers and communities. From one dealership to over 21 dealerships across Nebraska and Iowa, our promise remains the same. A wide selection of vehicles, trusted service, and financing that fits your life. We believe in honest people, fair prices, and relationships built to last. Because it's not just about the road ahead, it's about traveling it together. Start your journey at woodhouse.com.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. With Allo plus DirecTV plus Allo Mobile, you get the ultimate teamwork. Internet you can count on, TV you can stream anytime, anywhere, and nationwide coverage you can depend on. Bench the other guys and team up with the official Internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers.
1 year, 0 interest. With a qualifying seed purchase from Central Valley Ag by October 17th, you can unlock 0% financing for 1 full year on seed and crop protection. The first 10 growers to enroll this week in the CVA Go Early Seed Program will receive 100 units of free CVA Elite soybean seed treatment. Details at cvacoop.com. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
Because my mom wore her seatbelt that day, I get to hug her when I go home.
And then it clicked. Because I wore my seatbelt, I learned that one moment in time can change a person's life forever.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The day we were hit was the second to last day of our high school careers.
We were about to graduate as best friends together.
And then it clicked. Because we wore our seatbelt that day, we still get to experience life together.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Contracting your premium diesel just got energized at Central Valley Ag. With CVA's Refer a Friend program, you and a friend can each earn $100 back. Refer a friend, that friend contracts a minimum of 1,000 gallons of premium diesel, and you both get a $100 credit. Power your performance with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and Roadmaster XL. Details at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
At Woodhouse, it's more than just buying a car. It's about the experience. Our team is dedicated to making every visit seamless, enjoyable, and personalized to your needs. Explore a wide selection of vehicles, from SUVs and sedans to trucks and luxury models, all backed by expert guidance and exceptional service. Whether it's your first car or your next upgrade, discover why generations of drivers trust Woodhouse for a truly memorable experience. Visit us at woodhouse.com today.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. Just a couple segments left for us here tonight. Not just tonight, before the week, because tomorrow night here on the airwaves, we will have Husker volleyball as the NCAA tournament begins. And it's going to be, I know it always at the end of the season kind of gets to be a little bit of a grind because of Big Ten and all of that. So this is kind of a refreshing new start, but this team's been on a mission, and we get to see them get underway. And a lot of these players obviously have a ton of experience making a run in an NCAA tournament, but there are some freshmen getting their first experience at it. So this will be a big weekend for them to get their legs under them and just play in with, again, where you never know when it could end.
Yeah, what's good is I sense that everybody on this roster always feels a little bit of pressure throughout the year. So playing with that on your shoulders when you're a Husker volleyball player, I think helps when now you enter what is a setup where there's unfinished business for some of these Huskers on this team, and they're well equipped to win a national championship. One match at a time. It starts with the Sharks of Long Island, and you want to make quick work of them. But I think it's exciting for a lot of people now to move on to what this Husker team can do now in an NCAA tournament, and eventually, hopefully, getting to Kansas City. And the Big Ten awards came out a couple days ago, and just about every Husker was on that list. You could have Bergen Riley winning a Big Ten Setter of the Year, Player of the Year, Setter of the Year, and National Player of the Year all in one season. And shout out to Danny, too, winning Big Ten Coach of the Year. I don't think there was any conversation around other coaches around that award. And then Rebecca Alec, Andy Jackson, Harper Murray, all on that first team with Bergen. So it's well-deserved on this group, and they know what's ahead of them.
All right, well, let's preview the weekend ahead. I had a chance to chat with assistant coach Kelly Natter, not just about the matchups this weekend, but also just what it takes to go on a run here throughout December. So I wanted to play you a portion of this week's episode of The Dig, powered by Emeritus. Yeah, has it helped, too, that you have so much depth that you've been able to call on like an Manayo, Beche, and Ali Check, that you can give some players some kind of rest time throughout a really grueling season?
Definitely. I think it's a great combo of what we just said, rest for some of our starters, but also getting those reps for our non-starters who we might need in the postseason. Or you never know what's going to happen, willing any injuries or anything like that. I always knock on wood because we hope not for us or for anyone in the tournament, but people have to be ready and your bench has to be ready to come in for the moment. So I think it's been a really good balance between break and also getting people ready. And I think we could go out there with any six from our team and feel really confident and feel really fresh and be excited to play.
So going back to that, what you just said about the conversation about potentially having a 5-set match, being that it hasn't been since, September, how do you guys feel? I mean, you feel pretty good that this team could handle something like that?
I think so, because I think once you get into the tournament, even if you're physically tired, obviously you're going to have a little bit of a harder time, but I think it's more of the mental fatigue that kills teams at the end rather than the physical. And I think we have a team who is mentally ready. They really want to win this national championship and go far in the postseason. And I'm just a big believer in if your mentality, your intangibles, your team, all of those things are good for 3 weeks, then you're going to win. So I think even if we hit some little physical hiccups or people get tired, and like we talked about with our offense, obviously we can kind of mix it up if we need to, if someone's getting a little bit gassed, and we have good recovery between games when it gets to the regional. So it's always a concern, but I think we train hard and we've been preparing them for probably the last month to go 5 sets. So I think hopefully we'll be okay.
Good stuff. All right, so Long Island University up first. Have you guys done much prep on them? What does that matchup look like on paper?
Yeah, they have a really good opposite. She's pretty tall. They set her a lot of balls. Other than that, they're pretty balanced. And so the thing about the first round is that they're always so fired up to come in here and to come play in Devaney. So I think it'll be a very energetic, a very gritty match, and it'll be a good matchup for us. And then I think they're not as physical as the teams that we've been playing, but their opposite's pretty tall. She's pretty good. And then they've got some good outside hitters as well.
And then how do you guys go about it? I think we we talk about this every year, but just a reminder for folks, when you're preparing for something like this where you don't necessarily know who you're going to play, how do you guys go about, again, prepping a team and as a staff prepping yourselves when you don't know who you're going to even play on Saturday, you know?
Yeah, we take a look at both of those teams that we might play on Saturday, assuming we win, and honestly kind of try and find, is there anything similar that we can do to prepare that both teams do? Maybe they have a dominant left side who hits the same shot, or like they don't set their middles as much, so we can kind of loosen up our help on the middles and things like that. It's a lot of looking for themes because we'll deep dive into each team. So coaches are scouting all three teams, but for our players, we want to keep it pretty, not general, but just not information overload. So it's trying to find common themes or anything weird that any of the teams do. But we'll prep probably our second matches the first few days, and then we go back to our first match against LAU as we get closer to playing them. So it'll just be a little bit more general concepts and things like that.
All right, well, we've talked a lot about it, and again, all season, this team I think it's been really refreshing. They've embraced the expectations. They speak boldly about what they want to achieve. Well, it all starts Friday. So in order for this team to make the special run that they've been preparing for all season, what needs to start? How does it need to start coming up on Friday?
I think just our mindset, and we talked a lot about serving. I think that's a great way to see how ready the team is and how confident they are. So I think service pressure is going to be huge. I think defense and passing, like, can we ball control really well? Because that's something that you have to do against any team that you play, is when the ball's on your side, am I playing it nice and high where we can go and set, or am I just getting it up and having to fight for every single point? So I would say serving, ball control from an actual volleyball standpoint, but I think just the biggest thing to me is how do we move on when we lose a point? Or how does an individual player move on when they lose a point? Because it's going to happen, and we're not very used to dropping sets lately, at least. And so I think, how are we going to respond if that does happen to us? And that'll be the biggest test. And can we be rock solid with our mental game if and when that does happen?
Again, that was Husker Volleyball Assistant Coach Kelly Natter as a part of this week's episode of The Dig, which is powered by Emeritus. Emeritus is proud to power The Dig and all of Husker women's sports. So again, NCAA tournament, first round action inside the Bob. The first matchup of the day is San Diego and Kansas State. That starts at 4:30, and we are scheduled, the Nebraska match, scheduled to go on 30 minutes after the conclusion. So it could start as early as 6:30, but we're going to go on the air no matter what with a pregame show with John Baylor and Lauren Cook-West starting at 6 o'clock.
That's kind of frustrating as a broadcaster. I've been in that situation when you broadcast basketball tournaments. You don't know when you're supposed to go on the air as a pregame show. But in this case with the network, we know when we're going to start at 6, and they're either going to have a shorter pregame show or a longer pregame show.
You don't love doing a 2-hour pregame show when you only plan for an hour?
Yeah, impromptu and we know the Huskers might make some quick work of some of these matches. So who knows what to expect in that first one? Is it going to be 3 sets, 5 sets? JB, Lauren, they'll get it done, though.
Yep, they absolutely will. They are the pros for a reason. All right, in this episode for a break, we are back to wrap up the show next.
Set. Hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
Think a bunch of IT gurus would have anything in common with a dominant college volleyball team? Hey Lincoln, I'm Ed Knott, president of Applied Connective, serving Nebraska businesses for nearly 20 years. We're proud to have a few things in common with our beloved Huskers, namely that we're also a group of hardworking and highly skilled individuals that make up one dynamic team. From our IT and cybersecurity all-stars to our phone, physical security, infrastructure, and audio-video pros, we're one team that can expertly manage all your technologies. Discover why it's a game changer to partner with us at AppliedConnective.com. And as always, go Big Red.
From the chant of Husker power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Bench the other guys and team up with the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Aksarben Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Contracting your premium diesel just got energized at Central Valley Ag. With CVA's Refer a Friend program, you and a friend can each earn $100 back. Refer a friend, that friend contracts a minimum of 1,000 gallons of premium diesel, and you both get a $100 credit. Power your performance with Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster and Roadmaster XL. Details at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Count on Medica to protect your team with affordable group health plans, flexible benefits, and the close-to-home care they want. Husker Nation, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Learn more and get a quote at medica.com. Welcome back. Final few minutes left here for us on Sports Nightly on this Thursday night edition. Again, we will not be on the air tomorrow for Husker volleyball. Are you okay? Because you've been pretty cold.
Yes,
like,
this
you've not
is
been
a
a very happy camper.
This is
the
a
last
lot.
Couple of days.
So I've had, for those watching on YouTube and not listening on radio, maybe I can do some play-by-play for you. But I have this massive coat, and I have the coat all the way up to my nose, and then I zip it up all the way because I need to get some sort of like mask for my face. One, I got to get a winter hat, gloves of some sort. But like, I don't want to walk around wearing a ski mask because that, freaks people out. But I need some sort of mask to cover up my face. It's just, that's the hardest part. And there's no wind today. It feels like 3 degrees outside.
So I read that we were pretty close to breaking like 120-something year
that's good.
record today. Do you know what the rest of the weekend is? Are you prepared?
I haven't even looked because I'm too terrified to look. Now, Friday is supposed to be a high of 40. This is the coldest day on my 10-day forecast. Next week, we're looking in the 40s. Like next Thursday is a high of 48. I can rock with that.
All right. Well,
I can rock with that.
And it sounds like we might be going somewhere warmer for the bowl game as well.
It sounds like it, and I would not hate that.
Well, we will have all that for you coming up on Monday. We will know the Huskers bowl destination, know the college football playoff bracket, all of that. So lots of fun stuff that we'll be diving into. And we might be getting closer and closer to knowing who the defensive coordinator might be.
That's possible, and look forward to chatting about that. I know Coach Rule's a lot going on, a lot on his plate right now as we get close to the portal, too, in early January.
Busy time. I know practice starts back up next week as well. So we will have lots to talk about coming up on Monday. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the volleyball games and the football championship weekend. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday, Husker Nation.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
There is no place like Nebraska, and there's no peace of mind like knowing you have a dedicated team of technology experts working for your business around the clock. Hey Lincoln, I'm Ed Knott, president of tech company Applied Connective. It's a privilege to serve our great state for nearly 2 decades now with managed IT, cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, and audio-video solutions. Our team understands the importance of fitting you with the right technologies to help your business perform at its peak potential all day, every day. Discover more at appliedconnective.com and go Big Red.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com.